The name of the organization is Educate, and I was in Uganda in a refugee community working with refugees from the DRC and found that these incredible young leaders from a refugee community with great potential for their country were in classrooms learning things like the regions of Germany. And it made no sense to me why here the next Gandhi, the next Mother Teresa of a place like the Congo was sitting inside a classroom separated from their community, memorizing things like the regions of Germany. And yes, that's education, but is that learning? And is that learning for life? Is that learning for problem solving? And so we knew we needed to switch from sending students into school to actually working to transform the outcomes of the education system. So today, Educate works directly with 8,000 youth across Uganda. We provide 2 years of leadership and entrepreneurship training, intensive one-on-one mentorship, and then practical, real experience starting initiatives, starting organizations and companies to solve the problems in their community. We've built a partnership with the government of Uganda, and the government has actually incorporated that 2-year leadership and entrepreneurship curriculum into the national education system of the country. So Uganda now has a new subject called social entrepreneurship. It's the first country in the world to have a subject like this. Almost 1/4 of the high school students in Uganda are going through this curriculum in which they get outside of the classroom, go into their community, form a team, build mentorship relationships, and actually create something to solve a problem that they've identified in their community. We've also changed the national exam to measure the real progress that they've made starting that initiative as part of the national education system of Uganda now. Simultaneously, we open source everything we do through our copylefting program, and there's about 80+ organizations around the world that are replicating and innovating on Educate's model, and it's been translated to 4 different languages. But what we saw was that there was a lack of momentum, a lack of initiative around this type of education in my home, which is the United States. And now our students in Uganda had more opportunities than I did going to some of the best schools in the United States to develop their ideas and their initiatives. That made no sense. So now I'm in the middle of creating a new university model called Watson University for student innovators, leaders, and entrepreneurs in the US, adapting Educate's model, propagating the principles underlying Educate's model to the United States, and also helping to rethink what higher education is.